In this video, I'll show you how to recreate a specific picture, but also how to recreate the general look or atmosphere of something you enjoy. And I'm going to show you this in 3 distinct levels of mimicry. The first is what you can accomplish with the English language. The second is straight up copying, and the third is more about how you can be inspired through the visual medium. I know that you can use this technique for harmless recreations, but you can also use this to copy an artist's style. While I can't stop you from using AI how you see fit, I still want to ask for your discretion and respect for other artists when using such powerful tools. If you're new here, my name is Nolan. I've made over 87,000 images in Midjourney, and I'm doing my best to teach you everything I've learned. At the top of your Midjourney Create page, you're going to see this little Add Images icon. We're going to click on that, and I want you to click down here to choose a file from your computer, or you can click on that file and drop it in this box. I'm going to use 2 different examples in this video. Let's start with Starry Night by Van Gogh. I'm sure you've recognized this picture before. Once your picture has been loaded, I want you to click on it, hold, drag up, and then drop image to describe. That's going to run your image through a large language model that's describing the picture you presented. It's pretty accurate. It's going to describe it as Starry Night, a painting on canvas in the style of Vincent van Gogh. You can click on an individual prompt. It will put it in the prompt box, and then you can click enter. I'm just going to go over here to the right side and run all prompts to show you what they all look like. While that's generating, one thing I do want to note is that when you refresh this page, the described prompts that were written for you will disappear. They do not stay past the current session you're in. And let's take a look at what it came up with. Here's one set, there's another one of the prompts, the third, and the fourth. Can you see how they're all basically like Starry Night, but they're not exactly like it? Again, this is as close as I think you can get with a descriptive English language prompt. It's not quite copying, it's not quite plagiarism, it's using language to hone in on a vibe and a scene. Let me show you what this looks like with another example. We're going to use this Star Wars picture, Finn from The Force Awakens. I'm going to click on it, hold it up, drop image to describe. Again, it's pretty accurate. It recognizes Star Wars and Finn. We're going to run all the prompts, and we're going to try to recreate this picture using our language. And then here are the generations. That's number 1, 2, those are pretty cool, 3, and 4. Again, really close, but not identical. Which brings us to step 2, and you're going to see why this is basically like copying an image. And I don't know why you'd want to do this. If you want the original picture, just take the original. I don't really know. Let's go back to our description of Starry Night. We're going to choose one of these. I don't think it matters. We're going to click on Add Images. We'll click on Starry Night, and we're going to drag it up past Describe and into Image Prompt. And do you see how much closer those are to the original? That's basically like copying, but we can go one step farther. I'm going to click on Use, so I put this entire prompt back in the prompt box, including the image prompts. I'm going to hit space at the end of the prompt, and then I'm going to include a parameter. Image weight --IW. Image weight can be a value between 0.5 and 3. 0.5 is saying that the image is a little less important than the prompt, while going up to 3 is going to say that we want Midjourney to focus on the picture we provided. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how this is so close to copying? It's basically plagiarism. An image weight of 3 plus the describe function is going to create a near identical picture. What's kind of crazy is you don't even need the describe prompt. You can write anything like yeah, then use your picture as an image prompt with an image weight of 3, and you're going to get really similar results. And put yeah in the frame. Let's do that again with the Star Wars prompt. We're going to drag it into the image prompt box. We're going to use one of the prompts that came with the describe, and then we're going to add an image weight of 3. And then there you go. Do you see how close that got? I mean, that's pretty impressive. Describe won't get you there alone. Bumping up the image weight won't get you there either, but combining them, you can recreate any picture. Another thing you can do at literally any point in this process is add your target picture as a style reference. Now, I don't think this is the perfect solution, but it is a good tip to remember if you need a little more accuracy. It can really amplify the target style you're going for. Like, let's take this original describe prompt without the image prompt. If we were to go to our Star Wars image, we can click and drag, but this time we'll take it to the style reference on the right side here. We'll hit enter and we'll end up with these. Isn't that crazy? Like, again, it's not a perfect reconstruction of the original, but it got a lot closer. And then there's another parameter that you need to know about when you're using a style reference, and that is style weight. --SW. Style weight has a value between 0 and 1000. 100 is the default. That's what you see right there. We can bump it up to 1000 for more of an emphasis. And that will get us something like these, like, those are pretty good. So if we were to take our describe prompt, add an image prompt with an image weight of 3, plus a style reference with a style weight of 1000, that is like the ultimate recipe for recreating an image. The third way to recreate any picture is to use one of Midjourney's newest features, mood boards. This is much more like identifying inspiration for the bot rather than straight up copying any individual image. Like some of these pictures I generated using a Wes Anderson mood board that I put together. I think you could see some of these being screenshots from one of his movies. Let's create a fresh mood board based on one of my favorite looking movies from recent memory, The Creator. On the left side, we're going to click on the Personalize tab. Then, if you've already created a lot of mood boards, you have to scroll all the way down to the bottom. We're looking for Create Mood Board. You can see my Wes Anderson one right here. Then we can add pictures from links around the internet. We can add pictures from our gallery on Midjourney, or we can upload images from our computer. That's what we're going to do here. Now, some things you're going to want to know is that the more pictures you have in the mood board, the better. But try to keep the look consistent. Like if you have a bunch of different art styles in your mood board, which one is Midjourney going to focus on? It's kind of tough to tell. If you use less pictures, that will lock in the colors a little bit more. A little less diversity and variety in the color palettes you can generate. I think you can only have up to 100 images in a mood board, and maybe 100 isn't completely necessary. I think 10 is probably a little too low. So aim between like 20 to 30 to 40 to 50, as many as you can find, but again, try to keep the look consistent. And once you've created a mood board, I suggest trying a void prompt to get a feel for the style you created. At the top here, I'm going to quickly rename my mood board, Creator. I'm going to click down here at Use in Prompt. Don't worry about this long code. It's going to shorten once we hit Generate. I'm going to go to the front of the prompt and I'm going to use 2 quotation marks. You can use any symbol, and we call this a void prompt because we're not letting Midjourney focus on any specific word. We just want to call upon and harness the vibe of this mood board. I'm going to use --all. That's a shortcut I created so that I can see any prompt in a few different aspect ratios. So this is the baseline vibe of generations with this mood board code. They're not all going to be great, but I think some of these are pretty beautiful, especially because we didn't prompt for a specific subject. It's really just going for the lighting, the tone, the atmosphere of our input. Yeah, like these are amazing. That's so cool. I don't really know what I'm looking at, but I like it. There are a couple more tests I recommend you try. For that, we can quickly click on the name of our mood board here. That will throw it up in the prompt for us. We'll just make sure V7 is in the prompt. I'm going to put a void prompt again, 2 quotation marks. And then I'm going to try these generations in Style Raw. The Raw mode is definitely different than the regular Midjourney generator. Anytime you prompt, I don't think you really know what's possible unless you also try it in Style Raw. Just have to remind you about that. And then these are the images it's going to come up with. That's kind of cool. Ooh, as well as these. And the last parameter that you're going to want to test with is the Stylize value. The Stylize value is going to control the beauty, but when you're using mood boards, it really controls the influence of that board itself. You can type --s and then a value between 0 and 1000. 100 is the default, so that's what you've already seen. You can go all the way up to 1000, but I like to stick around 500. It really is just a personal preference. Go ahead and test it yourself. And then these are the looks we're getting. Like, oh, that's a pretty crazy picture. And this technique will allow you to see any subject in this specific vibe without having to prompt for it using words. Isn't that powerful? Ooh, cool picture. Pretty good. Like that looks like Wonder Woman in a Wes Anderson movie. Kind of. Now, after you're done creating your mood boards, if you click back up here at Add Images, you're going to see every picture you added to the mood board, and that can get kind of annoying. But if you hover over it, you can just hit this trash icon, and if you stay on the first one, you can just keep clicking, and it will delete all the pictures for you. But here's one more technique I think you can do, which is basically combining everything so far. Except for image weight, but you'll see. So let's click and hold one of these pictures, then drop the image to describe. I'm going to look through these prompts and see which one might fit best. I think I'll go with this one. I'm going to make some changes like swapping out the subject. Let's go with Batman. And then I'm also going to use one of the mood board codes, in this case the creator. So it's going to take a prompt that's describing the look as well as also pointing towards the mood board for inspiration. Aren't these wild? That's so cool. That's pretty beautiful. Now, again, please use these tools responsibly. And if you are interested in Midjourney version 7, there's a video I really think you should check out where I explain everything you need to know about draft mode. It can get kind of confusing. I really suggest you watch this one now. I hope you're doing well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.